Have you ever been to a baseball game and the team was giving out some sort of promotional item? A lot of those items are pretty cool. I actually recently came across a promotional Padres soccer jersey that I now desperately want. Unfortunately, this was originally planned for the 2020 season, so that promotional night never happened. But a promotional night that did happen back in 1995 was known as Ball Night at Dodger Stadium, where a good portion of the crowd was given a baseball. You may remember earlier in the 2021 season where some Yankees fans threw baseballs on the field to show their anger towards the team's struggles. Ball Night was pretty similar. Let's head back to August 10th, 1995. This was Game 3 of a series between the St. Louis Cardinals and the LA Dodgers. The Cardinals were basically out of the playoff race, but the Dodgers were right in the middle of one. They were fighting the Rockies for the first place spot in the NL West in mid-August, so every win counts. Unfortunately, some Dodgers fans took this sentiment to heart, but we'll get to that a little later. This game was during Hideo Nomo's Rookie of the Year season, so to the Dodgers fans who were in the 53,000 person crowd, this game should be an easy win. Unfortunately, Jim Quick was the home plate umpire that night, and well, Eric Carro's statement after the game tells you all you need to know. Although Nomo didn't play bad at all, he gave up 2 solo home runs early in the game. Besides those runs, Nomo threw 8 innings of solid pitching. The problem was that the Dodgers couldn't hit. In fact, they didn't score until the bottom of the 8th. However, the frustrations of the crowd boiled over before that first run was scored. In the bottom of the 7th inning, this happened.
Oh, they gave away autographed balls tonight, and now they're showering into right field.
What makes this initial incident odd is, from what I can find, there was no inciting incident for why the fans threw the balls on the field. In an interview a couple of years ago, first base umpire Bob Davidson said it took about 15 minutes for the ground crew to clear all the baseballs, although this would just be the opening act. In the bottom of the 8th, Eric Karros was up to the plate and was noticeably angry when he struck out. He believed he checked his swing and the ball was outside, but not to home plate umpire Jim Quick. Karros was ejected as a result. Fast forward to the bottom of the 9th, a ball was thrown near Cardinals right fielder John Mabry. Instead of throwing the ball back into the crowd, he faked the throw and threw the ball into the bullpen. As a result, another ball was thrown. Then, another ball was thrown, this time at center fielder Brian Jordan. Fast forward to the first batter for the Dodgers, Raul Mondesi. On a 3-0 count, Mondesi thought he had ball 4, but it was strike 1. And to be fair, I think it was a strike, though the next pitch was basically in the other batter's box. Strike 2. Now, Mondesi, who believes he should be on first base, has to protect. He would swing and miss at the next pitch for strike 3. Mondesi immediately talks to Quick, but Quick ejects Mondesi before much is said. Dodgers manager Tommy Lasorda came in to protect his player, but he was ejected too. This caused the crowd's frustration to boil over, as the crowd started to throw more baseballs. By the way, I mentioned this was a packed stadium with over 53,000 people. You want to know how many commemorative baseballs were handed out? At the very least, 15,000.
Tommy gets tossed as well. The fans throw balls on the field. Bob Davidson calls the players in, apparently calling the game. Tommy tries to calm the undisciplined fans.
Everyone fled to their dugouts as the ground crew had to clear the field. There were about 15 to 20 buckets full of baseballs by the end of the 5-minute delay, but sometimes all it takes is one. As everyone came back to the field, one final ball was thrown, causing the umpires to end the game as a forfeit. The Cardinals had won the game 2-1. though there were differing accounts on what transpired that night. First off, there was controversy on whether the PA announcer ever made an announcement warning the crowd to stop throwing the baseballs. Dodgers GM Fred Clare said the announcement was never made, while Bob Davidson, John Mabry, and Cardinals closer Tom Henke all said that an announcement was made. And of course, there were differing opinions on who was to blame for the crowd's behavior. Davidson said Lasorda was to blame, as because the crowd was already hot, Lasorda's frantic argument style and subsequent ejection sent them over the edge. But on the other side, GM Clare said that Lasorda has always managed with passion. And looking at the albeit limited video evidence, this definitely wasn't a super animated Lasorda ejection. But at the end of the day, this was a dangerous situation. Remember, it took only one ball for the forfeit to occur, as it only takes one ball to injure a player. After the game, Quick and Davidson had to call National League President Leonard Coleman to inform him about the situation. Here's Bob Davidson telling that story.
And I got on the other phone. Quickie was on another phone, and he calls Leonard's house, and Leonard's asleep. He goes, "Oh," and Quickie says, "Mr. Coleman, Jim Quick and Bob Davidson here. We had a forfeit the game here at Dodger Stadium." And he must have done something. What? He went nuts. You guys did what? And I said, yeah. Quick said, yeah. We had a forfeit. I mean, we gave them 3 chances. They gave away, 45,000 baseballs before the game, and not one fan has a ball now. They were all on the field. And then Leonard settled down, and he said, okay, well, get your report. I'll be talking to you tomorrow.
Now, I'm sure Davidson is exaggerating, but that 45,000 figure is much different than the 15,000 I found on the ESPN article. As for this game's impact on the Dodgers season, they won the NL West with a 1-game lead on the Rockies. And if it wasn't for a bizarre moment 2 days after ball night, the Dodgers may have missed the playoffs. See if you can find the problem.
Good block by the catcher, Encarnacion. Have any idea what this is about?
I don't.
Look what they call it. The Dodgers have won the ball game.
Well, if we zoom out to the title of this clip, the Dodgers won on catcher's interference. Although that's actually wrong. If we go to the comments, it was actually because of detached equipment, as the catcher, Angelo Encarnacion, who only entered the game as a pinch runner at the top of the inning, scooped up the ball with his mask. By the way, this was the 11th inning, and there was a runner on second and third base. Oh, and the final score was 11-10. So it's safe to say that the Dodgers had quite the odd week. Though what's interesting about this specific event was that incidents like this had happened before. It happened in San Diego in 1990 and 1993 with baseballs. It happened in Pittsburgh in 1996 with wooden pennant sticks, and in New York with souvenir bats in 1996. And trust me, there are many more incidents I have not mentioned, but none of those games ended in forfeits. Funny enough, the day after the Dodgers ball night, the Giants were set to have the same promotion, but they would end up discarding it. In 1997, on opening day, True Value Hardware sponsored baseballs were given to fans in 19 different team home openers. There were many incidents, but the most notable was in Milwaukee, the game where Commissioner Bud Selig was in attendance. The game was nearly forfeited, but the real final straw occurred when the infamous sausage race was canceled for the safety of the sausage racers. After that game, a policy was made so anything that can be thrown onto a field has to be given after the game is over. So what do we take away from this? Well, the Dodgers had a crazy week in mid-August 1995, which nearly caused them to miss the playoffs, and you shouldn't throw stuff onto the field, not just because it's morally wrong, but you may induce a forfeit, which would just invalidate this video. We don't need any more forfeits. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like if you did, and subscribe for more content just like this. Thanks for watching.